Acknowledge him. How is everyone doing? It is the Monday, April 4th, after a heck of a WrestleMania weekend. It's your boy here, Paulo, from Down, Down, Up, Up. Yes, my voice is still a little bit shaky. Feels a little bit better today, but I could be wrong. We'll see how this video goes. Welcome to the results and review video for night 2 of WrestleMania 38. Another night of what is going on. Okay, that just happened. This is great. This is bad. It was another night of everything. I'm not sure if I enjoyed this night better than night 1. I don't think so in the long run of things. It was great to see Austin back in the ring. It was great to call Charlotte because I'm still going to hold that over a lot of heads. And Belair and Becky, which I still want to say was my favorite match of the whole weekend. Pretty sure I would still give it to Bianca Belair and Becky Lynch. Cody and Seth, of course, too. Like, just a lot of great stuff for night 1. Not putting down night 2, but we'll see what we have to say. Here we go. Again, another 2-hour kickoff that just didn't need to be 2 hours. Lord have mercy, can we not start these shows at 7 anymore? We did have a good Paul Heyman promo, though, where he was 100% certain that Brock Lesnar will be dominated, taken, defeated, etc. by Roman Reigns. That sort of got the goosebumps out of my system that, okay, I don't think he is going to be joining Brock. Again, I think he's going to stay with Roman, and Roman's going to win. And we'll get there. But that was a good feel moment for me, hearing what Paul Heyman had to say there. Now we get to the main show. And we kicked off, not with a match, but with a game. Time to play the game. Triple H came out, did his entrance, left his boots in the ring. Basically a farewell send-off, and it was nice for him to get it at WrestleMania, because let's be honest, if WrestleMania can waste time with a bunch of other nonsense, I would rather one of them be Triple H just doing his entrance. Still one of my favorite themes in WWE, one of my favorite entrances in WWE. I don't care. He then shouted out Gable Steveson, who at this point was really just looking awkward at WrestleMania so far. I don't believe I mentioned this in my night 1 results and review, but he got sort of a long intro by Stephanie on the ramp Saturday night, and then nothing happened. Then Triple H shouts him out, and again, he's just sitting at ringside and nothing's going on. But we'll get there. It's nice to say that for night 2. We kicked off properly with the Tag Team Championship triple threat. RK Bro defending against Alpha Academy and the Street Profits. This was fun and was what it needed to be. Tag team wrestling at its finest in WWE, and fair credit, outshining the SmackDown simply because of the Rick Boogs injury. We then get to the finish, and oh, you love to see it. They were not synchronized, but it really didn't matter. Montez Ford was looking to put Orton away with his lovely From the Heavens frog splash. And for months, I have been waiting for Ford to do it, do his rotation in midair, and get RKO'd. We did not do that tonight. Fine, I still hope we get that at some point. But what we did get was Riddle just jump up to the top rope and RKO Ford from the top rope. It was great. Gable then decides to take one too many jumps from the other side. Orton catches him in an RKO. 1, 2, 3. RK Bro. Still the tag team champions. You love to see it. Never end this at this point. I am enjoying RK Bro so much. It's great to know Orton's enjoying it. At this stage in his career, I want him to do something he's enjoying. So this was fun. The Profits then came in the ring afterward to celebrate. And hopefully this heel turn that shouldn't have happened, that maybe didn't happen, is over. They invited Gable Steveson to come in the ring to celebrate. They were pouring the cups. And then Chad Gable, shoosh, he had none of it. He had absolutely none of it. Oh, one thing to mention, they put, I believe, the shoosh in his and Otis's entrance music at the beginning. I believe it was the shoosh Maybe it was the thank you. He is hilarious. I need him to do more. But yeah, we had Gable versus Gable, and it was pretty good for a few seconds. And then, of course, the obvious Gable got squashed, and the other Gable got to enjoy celebrating with RK Bro and the Street Profits. Then, and again, I have my notes here because long nights. Next up, this was a surprise and a good one, I must say. Omos and Bobby Lashley. Wasn't really sure what this was going to be, besides trying to do strong things and then the strong man having none of it. But no! Omos got some offense, but then Lashley just said to heck with this. He speared him from the back after suplexing him, and then speared him straight up and pinned him. Bobby Lashley got to beat Omos at WrestleMania. Shame on me. Maybe I should have been ready for this, but I didn't think they were going to give it to Bobby. If there's one thing I can say after this, the Omos experiment is over. I should have taken that to heart at the Royal Rumble when he was eliminated in a pitiful way while his character was bigger at the time. But then they sort of kept trying to build him back up because he kept destroying people on Raw and thought maybe it leads to WrestleMania, either somebody stopping him or him continuing his dominance. And when it was Lashley, poor Lashley, I should have given you more faith because you did it. You beat the unstoppable. Lashley dominates and is looking for a really good spot after WrestleMania. Maybe he'll challenge for something, not sure what. Hopefully he gets MVP back as well. Bobby Lashley did it. Love to see it. And long term for me, it was the right result. Okay. Yep, next match. The funnest match in all WrestleMania weekend. No doubt. No doubt whatsoever. Even if you're not familiar with Jackass, that should spoil it away right there. This was hilarious. Both men sold everything like I wanted them to, and Sammy's facial expressions were great. Johnny Knoxville, Sami Zayn in the Anything Goes match. I basically just need to go through some of the spots. We had a boot kicking people in the nuts. We had mouse traps, big and small. Oh boy, why am I already forgetting? We had pyro. We had tasers. We had tables. We did have some regular WWE weapons. We had about as naked as you could get on air from a man, and we had Wee Man, and this was hilarious. If you have time and want to laugh, go watch this match. Please. You will be doing yourself a favor, 100% guaranteed. And, yeah, I guess I might as well mention the finish. I'm not going to say how, because, again, go watch this. Johnny Knoxville did beat Sami Zayn through immense shenanigans. Immense shenanigans. But that's how it should have been, and I was really happy to see it. It was great. It was great. I really hope we get more of this at some point. Pardon me, I'm just going to cut because I got to get my cat out of something. He's being naughty. Sorry about that. But again, you're going to watch a match from night 2. Watch Knoxville Zayn. You will be entertained. It was great. All my friends loved it, and it was the high point of the night. High point of the night for sure. Okay, next up. All right, this one got me. I'll admit it. I didn't have faith in things. Women's Tag Team Championships. We had Rhea Ripley and Liv Morgan. Also some outfits on those two. Sasha Banks and Naomi. Shayna Baszler and Natalya. Liked those two with the Hart Foundation inspired gear. And of course the champions, Carmella and Queen Zelina. It was okay. It was okay. The false finishes were good. Longer than I expected it to be. And again, fair play WWE, you got me. Sasha Banks and Naomi actually won. Sasha finally has a WrestleMania win, and it's for a championship. Yes, it's the Women's Tag Team Championships, but I think we all put that aside just to see Sasha and Naomi win and do something. That was good. I had picked Carmella and Zelina because I didn't have faith in WWE giving a good finish here. And another reason they had me was it was at that point in the show where we hadn't had a heel win yet, and this one could have brought people back down to a sad level while getting ready for the next thing. But no, Sasha and Naomi did it. Yay, happy for that. Then I believe, yes, Edge AJ Styles. Anything I had said about Edge at this point, you can basically take back. Yes, the entrance was great, but that's not what swayed me. Match was good, that's not what swayed me. It was the finish. Because after a good match where, whoa, Styles clash, nope, we're still going. AJ was finally ready for that forearm. Edge was in trouble. But then he looked over his shoulder. Who was standing at ringside? It was one of Edge's new disciples of Apocalypse, Damian Priest. This makes me happy on so many levels that this is why Edge turned heel, got new music. He's ready to have his own stable. Hopefully it will be a stable and not just him and Priest as a tag team, because I would like more. I've heard great suggestions on next members. Priest was the obvious one, and they did not wait to bring him in. That was needed. I'm very happy for that. Might as well go into the finish. AJ looked at Priest. He looked a bit too long, went for the forearm, and a spear like you've never seen one before. It had to be the finish. 1, 2, 3, Edge wins properly at WrestleMania and walks off in the sunset laughing with Damian Priest. That was good. Priest is going to get so much good out of this, I'm hoping, because we've basically forgotten about him the past little bit. He had a pathetic showing in the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal for what he is to fans at this point, and that is established enough. It's great. It's great. Edge, do your thing. Please make Priest look good and others who will hopefully come into the group. I did say Disciples of Apocalypse. I don't know the name. That was just the first one that rolled off the tongue. Loved it. Loved it. No complaints whatsoever. Now we move into the worst match of the evening, by far. If you recall, night one, there was a match that needed to be cut short. It was the New Day taking on Sheamus and that neck-breaking pleb. It was moved to tonight, and here, I will say one thing, New Day's Kofi Kingston, Austin Creed, Xavier Woods, I loved the Biggie-inspired gear. It was great, really heartwarming to see. The match, however, blew chunks. It would have been great, honestly, if it was a squash for the New Day, because Kofi got Trouble in Paradise on Holland straight away, but Sheamus broke it up. Pete Dunne was running around to try to interfere like crazy. That was annoying, but expected. But again, what was it? A minute and a half in, a bro kick to Kofi on the outside, a bro kick to Creed in the ring when the ref wasn't looking. Holland hits his finisher, which thankfully I don't think broke Wood's neck. And Sheamus and Holland just won. Pathetic. Pathetic. I know this was the expected result, but fun fact, everybody in my circle of friends had the New Day winning, because we know what Holland is, and that is not someone who should be in a professional wrestling ring. Didn't enjoy it? Garbage. The worst part of WrestleMania as a whole. I will say that. Then we get back on our theories, because Austin Theory decided to have his match with Pat McAfee at this point. And Vince McMahon came out, and oh boy, I was wondering where this was going to go, because he said at ringside, I'm thinking, is he going to screw McAfee? Is he going to call for the bell? Is he going to be the special guest ref? But no, for now, he's just sitting outside. And the match, it was okay. I have seen McAfee do better in NXT. And it's also a shame, because you know Austin Theory can go. This was just okay. But maybe with Vince sitting there, they didn't want to go outside the boundaries. But bottom line, we get to the finish. Theory was going for his ATL, and McAfee rolled him up and got a win. They actually gave it to McAfee. I was very happy to see. I didn't have faith in that, but McAfee won at WrestleMania. But that wasn't it. No. He was gloating a bit too much and threw some shade Vince's way. And Vince teased taking off his jacket. And then the son of a bitch took off his jacket, his shirt. He had his freaking undershirt on. He came in the ring. Theory gave Mcafee a few cheap shots. A referee came down, and I can't believe I'm saying this, but after an official match and a football to the midsection by Vince McMahon pinned Pat McAfee at WrestleMania and won. And, he just can't help himself, can he? I was entertained at how stupid it was, but the selling point was I knew what was going to happen after. It just took a while. You could tell by Vince's expression when Theory's music played unexpectedly after the match. And then the glass hit. Stone Cold Steve Austin came out, and stunners were had around. Have a stunner Theory, have a stunner Vince. My God, I hope his knees are okay, because if he blew his quads out again for taking that stunner, Vince, it was not worth it. And a stunner to McAfee, who sold it like the great man he is. Hilarious. 2 nights of Stone Cold Steve Austin. I'm not going to complain. Moments like that make me so disappointed when the show ends. Speaking of disappointed, but not really me, it was the main event. Roman Reigns, Brock Lesnar. The intros were hilarious because Paul did Roman's and Brock did his own. And like the match was the match. Like, did I miss something? It didn't feel much different from any of their others. The Kimura spot was pretty good though, because we hadn't really seen Brock tease it in a match for too long in a while. I'm trying to count finishers. I want to say 4 spears and only 1 F5. And basically after Roman's arm seemed dislocated, even though he is double jointed, don't get played, Brock put him on his shoulders for a second F5, but Roman just backed out of it, speared him, and just won. I didn't hate anything because this is what I was kind of expecting. It was not their best match by far. I would probably still have to say that their best singles match that didn't have Seth Rollins coming down would have been Crown Jewel last year. This one is somewhere in the middle with them. Depending on how fans think of it, it might be the second best. I don't know if I'd say that. Don't know if I'd say that. But, yeah. Still, though, expected result, Roman Reigns beat Brock Lesnar. He is now the champion of champions. Acknowledge him. It was funny to see Paul Heyman and Roman hold a world title after the show. And, like, no Rock, no Usos. Great bit when Paul was getting cornered by Brock and just saying, "Oh, God, I love you. Please take me back." Like, oh, Paul Heyman, we need you. We need you. But that was it. It kind of just was, like, it fell flat. For me, it definitely fell flat. It was expected and fell flat. But the nice thing is we can say it's over. What's going to happen next? Tune in to Raw tonight if you have the time. That was it. I had a blast watching these shows for the good and the bad in some areas. And, hey, again, WWE show, aka WrestleMania, finally got to upstage NXT. Don't know if that's a good thing, but we'll say that. Thank you all for tuning in. Again, it's been a blast. I hope you all enjoy this week and can get some much needed sleep if you can, if you went through those shows like I did. Let me know what your favorite part was and what you didn't like and what you are expecting to see this week. I don't know when I'm going to be seeing you guys next time, but stay tuned. WrestleMania weekend 2022 is over. See you at WrestleMania 39 in about 5 minutes. Keep it real.